Hello and welcome to Earth Echoes with Amber Fields. I am back out in the Granite Dells in the city of Prescott, Arizona. It's incredible because I, along with other many good people, helped to protect this area from development. And so now the city actually owns it as open space. And had we not been able to protect it, there would be houses on this slope behind me, and a road just over the ridge there going between peaks over there. So it's really special that we were able to protect it because this place is just absolutely magical and ecologically very important. Today I am here to read another piece by Jason Gray titled The Wind. The wind is the oldest traveler on earth. It has no feet, yet it has crossed every mountain range. It has no wings, yet it has circled the globe since before time was measured. It does not speak, yet its voice can fill an entire valley with sound. We never see it. We only see what it moves. The branches bowing in reverence, the dust swirling into miniature galaxies, the waves rising and folding upon themselves in eternal conversation. The wind reveals its existence only through motion, through effect, through consequence. Its reality is undeniable precisely because it leaves a trail of change behind it. And if one were to ask, what is wind? We can speak of air pressure, of heat and cold, of convection and rotation, but none of these descriptions are the wind. They are the mechanics of something deeper, a mystery moving through invisible corridors. The wind cannot be touched, yet it can caress. It cannot be seen, yet it can destroy cities or cool on a hot summer day. It carries both the gentle scent of spring and the fury of the storm. It whispers in the grass and roars in the canyon, reminding us that power does not need a body to be real. Not a single one of us doubts the wind. We do not argue about its existence, for the evidence of its movement surrounds us every day. We trust in its unseen hand without question, yet when it comes to God, the Creator, or the Spirit of the universe, how quick we are to demand proof. The invisible paradox. We live in a world that worships what can be seen, measured, and quantified. We trust numbers more than wonder. We trust formulas more than silence. Meanwhile, every moment of our lives depends on the unseen. Gravity, electricity, thought, breath, love. No one has ever seen gravity, yet we live by what they tell us is its law. No one has ever seen electricity, only its glow in a bulb or its spark in a storm. No one has ever seen a thought, only the action it inspires. No one has ever seen love itself, only its gestures and sacrifices. We trust all of these unseen forces because their effects are real. It is the same with Source, the infinite intelligence that animates the wind, that arranges galaxies in spirals, that folds light into a petal, that hides complexity in a seed. We are living inside an intelligence vast beyond comprehension. and we pretend it is not there, because our eyes are too small to contain what it reveals. We say, if God is real, show me. And the answer comes as wind through the trees. We say, prove it, and 1,000 leaves dance in response. We demand evidence while standing in the evidence itself. The breath behind all things. In every ancient tongue, the word for wind and spirit are the same. In Hebrew, ruach. In Greek, pneuma. In Sanskrit, prana. In Latin, spiritus. Each word means breath, air, wind, life force. Each one describes the unseen essence moving through all living things. Even our own word, inspiration, literally means to breathe in spirit. When the first human drew breath, it was not merely oxygen that entered the lungs. It was the animating current of the universe, the unseen pulse that awakens dust into life. You are breathing that same eternal breath right now. The same wind that once crossed deserts and parted seas moves silently through your chest as proof that you are alive. God is not somewhere else. God is that movement, that exchange, that invisible pulse between inhale and exhale. You have never taken a breath that did not pass through the lungs of the universe itself. The wind is the physical echo of that divine respiration, the outer reflection of the same mystery that gives breath to the soul. It is as though the universe sighs through creation, and we feel it on our skin as wind. The signs we refuse to see. The proof of a creator surrounds us, not in the heavens only, but in the smallest and simplest phenomena. A single snowflake, perfect in symmetry. A tree that bends toward light without instruction. A bird that migrates across an entire ocean, guided only by magnetic memory. The human heart beating 100,000 times a day without a single conscious command. Each of these things whispers, there is a design here. Not design as control or domination, but as intelligence, a living pattern beneath the surface of all things. You can see it in the way river systems mirror the veins in your body, the way galaxies spiral like a hurricane, the way the golden ratio repeats from seashells to nebulae. The universe is written in one handwriting. The same author breathes through them all. To deny that intelligence is to close your eyes to the very wind that fills your sails. The illusion of self-sufficiency. We have been taught that strength is independence, that to stand alone is power, that belief in something greater is weakness. But even the mightiest tree owes its strength to the invisible wind that scatters its seeds and sings through its branches. Even the mountains are carved by forces that we cannot see. We are not self-contained beings. We are instruments played by the unseen. Our lives are chords in a song we did not compose, but that somehow knows our melody. When we deny the existence of the source, we cut ourselves off from the very current that sustains us. We become like a sailboat that insists it moves by will alone, refusing to acknowledge the wind in its canvas sails. To awaken is to admit that there is more, not just more to know, but more to feel, more to remember, more to become. The still moment. Stand in an open field on a quiet day. Close your eyes and wait. You will not see the wind coming, but you will feel the first breath of it against your skin. It will lift a strand of your hair, ripple through the grass, and move on, leaving no trace but change. That is God. Not the image or the idea, but the experience of movement within stillness. The invisible made felt, the eternal made intimate. You do not need to name it. You only need to notice it. When you stand in that awareness long enough, you realize you are not separate from it. The same breath that moves the clouds moves through you. You are not an observer of the divine. You are the divine. You are its expression. The return to trust. Perhaps faith is not blind belief at all. Perhaps faith is simply remembering that unseen does not mean unreal. That absence of sight is not absence of presence. That what is most powerful in this world rarely announces itself in visible form. The wind has no body, yet it carries storms. The soul has no shadow, yet it moves destinies. Love has no shape, yet it transforms everything it touches. And God, whatever name you give to that force, has no form, yet forms all things. When the world feels chaotic, when meaning seems lost, when pain blinds you to beauty, go outside. Stand in the wind. Feel the invisible against your skin, and remember, you are being touched by the same force that carved mountains and carried oceans. You are being breathed by the same intelligence that moves galaxies. You cannot see it. You cannot prove it. And yet you know. The wind is the universe's reminder that the unseen is the most certain thing of all. It is the whisper of God through matter. It is the eternal evidence that we are never alone, never accidental, never separate from the vast creative intelligence that breathes through everything. You may not see the wind. You may not see God, but you can feel both. And that feeling is the oldest truth you will ever know. Jason Gray. I thought that was a good piece to read this Sunday morning in the Granite Dells. For a few reasons, it reminds me of the 5-year struggle that I and some other diligent souls went through to save this place from development. And for me, it took a confidence in God and that energy of goodness and love to persist through the struggle and the battle to save this place, because it was very challenging, super difficult, went through a lot of struggles to prevent the development, and there were times when I thought it wouldn't happen, and when it seemed too difficult and too impossible. but I had faith that because it was the right thing, that God was there supporting me in it. And I don't subscribe to any religion, but I am spiritual, and I do believe in the force of creation and the spirit of the universe. And it's really neat also because now that I've been studying and training in biofield tuning, I have come to recognize the force of God moving through me and through that practice to help other people heal. And there's been some incredible things that have been happening with that just give me that much more confidence in the unseen. Because when I am tuning people's biofields, I am working with unseen forces, using sound and frequency to help the nervous system. And it's just a beautiful thing. I'm so inspired by life and by creation, despite all the crazy, horrible things going on in the world. I think it's important to focus on what we want to create. So with that, I hope you have a beautiful day.